Hello everyone, my name is David Brown.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Max Molina, and David and I just finished watching Mean World Syndrome.
So basically, what this short film was about was that seeing violence makes us more afraid of violence being done towards us. Something about this video that I found interesting was that we're actually safer now than we were about 20 years ago. Media portrays things nowadays as being more violent. I think there's statistics that show that more people feel less safe than they were a year ago. Do you remember any statistics? It was like, I forget, like 20% or what, 40% of people. I forget, but I found that interesting how that's the case, and like gun ownership is going up now because of that. Because media portrays violence so much, even though it's not as violent as it used to be. Anything you got to say about the video?
I thought it was a very interesting video. I thought the visuals and also the statistics were very interesting and very eye-opening. Something that really caught my eye is how these different outlets, such as social media and also newspapers and magazines and several other things, only show us one side of the spectrum. An example in this video, they showed us how the media shows Latinos and also show African Americans, but the media only shows us what the media wants us to see. For example, they depicted Latino men and also African Americans as being very violent, as you can see, especially in movies. There were several examples.
And one of them was an example of like a Muslim being like a radical, a terrorist or something like that. A lot of times in like the media or in movies, they're shown as that, even though that's not really the case. Not all Muslims are that way. And one of the ways, Latinos, shown in movies as like like part of cartels and everything. And also, what was the other statistic? It was about immigration. I think it was.
Immigration.
Yeah, about how more. How was it? It was
What happened is actually due in some states being high in immigration, such as California, Texas, and New York, being just a few that were listed. High in immigration, but the violence was actually decreasing in states of high immigration, such as the ones I listed. So that was another very interesting statistical fact that Dave and I found interesting.
Yeah, in the media, they showed them, as immigrants to be like really violent, and that wasn't the case. It was just the media trying to portray that. So I found that really interesting. Basically, what kind of showed, I really found the racial part of it really interesting because it really showed that there's one-sided representation for different races. I think did we mention about the black community, about how there's like two sides to it?
Yeah, two different sides that are being seen in movies. But those are just some interesting